I studied all the biggest online gurus in the online marketing space, and here's everything I learned. And a quick tip, put the video in 2x speed if you want to save time. The first thing I learned is that funnels and marketing tactics absolutely do not matter at all. And so here are the only things that do matter. It's audience and trends, and these are the two things that provide outsized returns. And so first thing we have to ask ourselves is, why is building an audience so important, and how does it create so much leverage, and how are these online gurus, these influencers, able to make so much money off of their audience? Well, first we have to take a look at the current situation. The online service business space is rapidly changing, and it is easier than ever to start an agency and book calls. And basically, if you literally want to learn how to book calls, all you have to do is make an ad creative, put a crazy guarantee. Hey, we're going to book you 100 calls per month, or if we don't, we're going to give you $5,000 and a house on top of it. Okay. You put a crazy guarantee because that is what everyone is doing, and you run it on Facebook. Running Facebook ads is extremely easy nowadays. And so even though it is easier than ever to book calls, it is harder than ever to make money. Why? Well, due to these guarantees, we are currently in a trust recession. Everyone's putting crazy guarantees in their ads, and very few people can actually fulfill on them. So we are currently in a trust recession. The market is more sophisticated than ever. They know exactly, they're pretty educated. They know what you're doing. They know, when you put a guarantee in your ad, they know that most of the times it's just to get them on a call. They know that you probably can't actually offer it. And so the market is currently in a trust recession. Currently, it's more sophisticated, and there's more competition than ever. Starting an agency, the barrier to entry is extremely low, and to start one, it's extremely competitive, and so you need to separate yourself from everyone else. So what does all this actually mean for the agency space? Well, as the trust levels get lower and lower, the money that goes to creators increases. And so when was the last time, and I truly want you to think about this, when was the last time you clicked on an ad from someone you never heard of and bought something over $3,000 from them right away? Okay. And the only agency owners that will survive in 2025 are those with personal brands. And this is the honest truth. And it has never been more important than now to create content and build an audience. And so I want you to think about this. Massive platforms like Apple and Google enabled numerous apps like Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook to be built on top of their ecosystems. The apps are an atomized version of the platforms or ecosystem they were built on top of. And both the platform and apps could capture trillions of dollars in value. So platforms like Google and Apple enabled for these smaller atomized versions like YouTube, Facebook, these smaller apps to be built on top of their ecosystem, which allowed them to capture trillions of dollars of value. And so think about this. The next wave is the creator economy. Apps like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook enable creators to become an atomized unit of the apps. And the only part that is still to be uncovered is how to capture trillions of dollars of value like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram did. Okay, the same way that Apple and Google enabled apps like Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook to capture trillions of dollars and to be built on top of their ecosystem, now YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook is enabling creators like us, like Mr. Beast, Iman Gadzhi, Andrew Tate, creators across various different niches to build on top of their ecosystem, but we still have to figure out how to capture trillions of dollars of value just like they did. And so another thing I want to put into perspective for you is the benefits of doing content over outreach. Okay, so let's say, for example, you manually send 1,000 cold DMs on Instagram. Well, when you're doing 1,000 cold DMs on Instagram, you're basically doing 1,000 smaller inputs. And to realistically do 1,000 cold DMs on Instagram by yourself, that's going to take 10 to 12 hours of your time. Okay, opposed to that, where you create one YouTube video that gets 1,000 views. So let's say in this situation, the YouTube video, you provide lots of value, people love it, and you get 1,000 views. Realistically, in the beginning, you're gonna have to build up to that point. But let's say, you're at the point where you're consistent getting 1,000 views. You create a video that gets 1,000 views. Instead of doing 1,000 smaller inputs, you do one bigger input, and instead of taking 10 to 12 hours of your time to do this 1,000 small inputs, you take 4 to 6 hours of your time to create material, to create a highly valuable quality YouTube video that not only will reach 1,000 people by you doing one big input, but when it comes to outreach, when it comes to the growth, it's linear growth. One input equals one output. One cold DM gets you X output. One cold DM gets you 10% response rate or whatever it is. Okay, and so one input equals one output when it comes to sending cold DMs. Okay, the growth is linear. When it comes to creating content, the growth is exponential. Okay, and so how I said where in the beginning when you're creating content, it's going to be a little slow. Well, if you actually stick with it, because 90% of people, they give up because they don't see 1 million views in their first video. If you actually stick with it and build up your YouTube channel, build up your audience is going to compound and it's going to multiply onto itself. So one input isn't one output in this instance. one input equals growth that compounds, and you have to build it brick by brick. But trust me, it becomes so worth it when you get to the point where your YouTube channel picks up and the audience is starting to compound and you're starting to see exponential growth. This is what the point you want to get to. This is where life becomes so much easier. So I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, the reason why the biggest gurus, the biggest influencers are the biggest is because they stuck with it and they've accessed the exponential compounding growth that you get to see right here on this chart. It's super high leveraged. It's a cheat code that once you unlock this, once you have an audience that trusts you, a large audience, actually depending on your niche, it doesn't even have to be necessarily large. It's relative. If you're in a micro niche where you're creating highly specific, highly valuable content to your niche, and these people have a lot of money that they're willing to pay for you to solve these specific problems, then maybe a channel of 500, 1,000 subs will, get you to 20, 30, 50K, even 100K per month. So you don't need a channel with a million people sub to you. It depends on a niche that you're making your content for, and the pain points you're solving, and how specific your value is to them. Okay, and so content is super high leverage, and that is why big influencers are big influencers, because they've stuck with it and they've accessed this compounding growth that anyone can access if you consistently create high quality content. Okay, and so that's the audience part. Now I want to talk about trends. Brad Jacobs, he's CEO of multiple companies, has an $8 billion net worth. He said you can mess up a lot of things in business and still do well as long as you get the big trend right. And this is extremely important. So what is the biggest trend as of now? It's AI. No debate, AI is the trend. And here's what I mean. You see all these influencers, people like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate has a massive following, over 10 million followers on Twitter. You have people like Serge Guattari, he's a titan here in the online service space, one of the biggest gurus. Same with Jordan Platten. They're all pivoting towards AI messaging. Why? Because AI is the only thing that's going to stay. Okay, and I don't mean to instill fear in people or put 1,000 pounds of stress on your chest, but the truth is that AI is eventually going to get so good to the point where it can create any product, any service, any marketing materials better, quicker, and more higher quality than humans can. Okay, and so the people that are making the most money right now is, everyone knows that there's a huge demand, not only in mass market audiences like these people are targeting here, like Andrew Tate is targeting, but also within businesses. There's a huge demand for implementing AI systems into their business because they know it is the thing that stays. They know that if they do not implement AI into their business, that their competitors will, and it's a do or die situation. It's a eat or be eaten situation. They need to put food on the table, and if they don't implement AI into their business, their competitors will, and their competitors will steal their market share. So there's a huge demand for AI in the business, but when it comes to the actual supply of people that can implement AI into people's businesses, it's it doesn't match the demand. And so people are pivoting like Andrew Tate, Jordan Platten, Serge Guattari, even Iman Gadzhi. It's been heard that he's investing in an AI tool that can create an info business literally from like one prompt. You type in a prompt and it creates all the marketing materials, all the fulfillment processes, I guess. And so everyone's putting their money in this huge, massive trend. And so when it comes to different opportunities, there have been all these mini trends that a lot of influencers, a lot of gurus have partaken in and made a lot of money from. In 2021, it was digital products. Ty Lopez and, Sam Ovens got rich from creating courses around these. Facebook ads in 2022, this is when Iman Gadzhi started pushing Facebook ads and selling Facebook ads as a service, the SMMA trend. And then 2023 short form content, people like Andrew Tate, Hermosi, they were all leveraging short form content to kind of put it in front of everyone's TikTok feed, Instagram Reels feed. And this is where, most people found out about many influencers and they were able to access a ton of leverage, and a lot of people discovered them through short form content. So that's also in another way, another mechanism, another trend that they leverage. In 2024, in the future, it's AI. Okay, and so if you partook in any of these trends during these time periods, you would have made a lot of money. And so I want to put this into perspective for you. So when it comes to these trends I just mentioned, specifically digital products, Facebook ads, and short form content, these were all enabled under the umbrella of the internet. So the internet was first invented like 20, 30, 40 years ago or something like that. And the internet is what enabled these micro trends. And so now we have to ask ourselves, is AI a micro trend under the umbrella of the internet, or is it a macro trend that's on the same level of the internet? And when it comes to that question, it's a macro trend. So AI is not on the same level as Facebook ads, short form content, digital products. It's bigger than that. It's on the same level as the internet. It is a macro trend, which means that the opportunity is bigger and there's more value to be captured. And so when it comes to AI, the same way that the internet had its own micro trends under its own umbrella, AI is going to have the same thing. So as of now, the big ones are dialers, AI dialers, chatbots, automation, a bunch of AI tools that you can package and sell for 10, 12, 15 grand to, capture the value that AI is going to bring to the economy. And so if you'd like to learn how to pivot your agency, your online service business towards selling AI the same way that the biggest influencers, the biggest creators have done so also, then you can click the first link in the description to join the AI Scaling Specialist School community completely for free. We're always giving out away insights, how to sell AI infrastructure offers to markets for, 10, 12, 15K per package, because once again, AI is what is extremely in demand and there's not enough supply going around to fulfill for the demand. So if you want to learn how to become someone who fulfills the demand that's currently going on, the first link in the description, join completely for free. And so other than that, when it comes to audience and trends, these are the main two ways that the creators are accessing outsized returns. But how do they maximize these two factors, these two mechanisms to make the most out of it? Well, the first strategy that they have, for example, I'm going to talk about Iman specifically, is different videos and channels for different purposes. What do I mean by that? Well, when we take a look at YouTube specifically, Iman has three main channels. Why? It's because he has different products for different people at different price points, and he creates content that correlates to each product and each price point. Okay, and this is what I mean by that. So when it comes to his business channel, he creates very niche business content. You might look at this and you see that he has a little over 20,000 subscribers, and you might be like, compared to Iman's this main channel, this is a failure. This doesn't make anything near his main channel. Well, the truth is that that's not true. Okay, the reason why is because he's providing highly specific, highly valuable advice that only sophisticated business owners would find valuable. And so, what is he selling? Once he's provided specific advice, he's telling people about the main opportunity that he's selling, which is growing a personal brand. He talks about how growing a personal brand is the reason why where he is today. He sells his program, which teaches you, where they implement their flywheel content system into your business, and the ticket price is 18 grand. Okay, and so this video is specifically targeted towards business owners who have 18 grand to dish out, who have 18 grand to spend on a service or a product where he helps you build out your content flywheel system, essentially. So when your ticket price is 18 grand, you don't need 1 million, 2 million, 3, 4, 5 million people subscribe to you for you to make $1 million, $10 million. You only need, 20,000 is a lot in this instance. With 20,000 subscribers, he's making well over high six figures each month with this business. I think he said he capped it at around 30 people per month. And so let me actually do the math right now. So he's essentially making a little over $500,000 per month with this business in top line. Okay. And that's simply with 20,000 subscribers. He also has like a business YouTube channel. But once again, he's creating highly specific, highly valuable content that only sophisticated business owners will find valuable. So in that instance, he can charge more for his product or his service. And now his second channel is his main one, or in this instance, it's his first channel, and this one has about 5.5 million. And what is he selling here? Or first of all, what is the content he's creating? He's creating sort of broad content that's mainly targeted towards young men who either want to start an online business or improve their lives. Okay, basically the same market that Tate's targeting. And in this instance, his main product, his main platform that he's selling is the monthly digital launchpad subscription, which is I think around $37 per month. And in this instance, if you want to make a lot of money with this, you do need a few 100,000 or a few million subscribers subscribe to your channel. Okay, and this is an infinitely scalable product. You create the course, the material once, and people pay a subscription. Every time someone pays, you don't have to onboard them. You don't have to do a bunch of work. It's already all there for them. So the game he's playing is trying to get as much views as possible, of people who are motivated to make money online and get them to subscribe to his online platform. Then his third and last YouTube channel is his unscripted channel. This is his lifestyle channel. And so what is the content that he's posting here? Well, it's specifically lifestyle content, him traveling, him having fun, hanging out with friends, hanging out with girls on yachts, that type of content. And once again, I think this channel might be averaging more views. Yeah, this channel looks like right now it's averaging more views than his main channel. Okay, why? Because the content is broader. He doesn't even talk about how to make money, how to, improve yourself. It's simply purely entertainment videos. Okay, and the market, the niche type of videos that get the most views is entertainment videos. There is no niche. It's the broadest type of videos. That's why Mr. Beast is the biggest, YouTuber on the planet. It's because he is pure entertainment. He's not in a niche. His, YouTube is this niche. It's pure entertainment. And the reason why Iman has a pure entertainment channel, a lifestyle channel, is because he's selling lifestyle products. Okay, these are mass market products. So for example, he has his eyewear business, Godzi glasses, blue light blockers, and also his energy drink business. And for you to purchase from these two stores, any of these two products, you don't have to be someone who's interested in how to create a content system, a viable content system in your business, or you don't even have to be motivated to make money online. You can be a normal dude, a normal person who just likes his content, who likes Iman's lifestyle, and you want to represent them. You want to affiliate yourself with it, so you buy the glasses and you buy the energy drink. Okay, and so there are different channels for three main different products, or four products including these two, with three main channels for four different products. And if he combined all this on one channel, it wouldn't be as effective. It would be one big mess. And so he separated them into three channels, and this way it's able to he's able to segment it, and it's a lot cleaner. But the truth is that he didn't start off with three channels. No, he started with one specific channel where he solved a specific problem. And what do I call this? I call this scaling with the Tesla model. Here's why. So when Elon was first building Tesla, they didn't start with a low cost, high production car. Essentially they didn't start with a low ticket offer. Instead, they started with a high cost, lower production car. Basically a higher ticket offer. Okay, a more expensive car that they needed to make less of in order to hit their revenue goal. Okay, not a lower cost car that they needed to make more of to hit their revenue goal. Okay, so they charge higher ticket to sell less of those offers instead of lower ticket to sell more of those offers. Why? Because scaling production is extremely hard. It is much easier to create a car that is more valuable, or perceived as more valuable, and sell that to fewer people. The second point is that selling a higher cost car, which in this instance was the Roadster, as Tesla's first product, also boosted the status of the brand. The third reason is that selling an expensive product to fewer people allowed them to collect more profits, and also created a customer base of high net worth individuals, which can both be leveraged when they create products down the value ladder. Okay, so they started with a highly perceived valuable offer, a more expensive car, and so that way not only will their brand be perceived as more valuable because they're selling luxury cars, but also they're creating a customer base of higher net worth people who have a higher chance of buying their cheaper cars down the line. And this is exactly what you want to replicate when it comes to building your personal brand and starting your business. And so when you first start creating content, create content that solves a specific problem for a specific avatar, and you'll be providing more value to this avatar since your content is speaking directly to them. And this will allow you to sell high ticket offers since you have positioned yourself as an expert. And as you sell these high ticket offers and grow your audience, you can broaden your content to speak to more people, and also create new offers that everyone in your audience can afford, which is exactly what Iman did. Okay, and so Iman, at first, his channel wasn't always this big. In the beginning, his channel looked more like this. Okay, he was creating specific content for starting an SMMA or running Facebook ads. But then as his channel grew, he started creating more broad content, but he still wants a piece of he still wants to sell high ticket things. And in order to do so, you need to have a very tight knit following base of people who have more money, and that you're providing very specific advice to. Okay, and then that's him narrowing it down. But when he wanted to expand, when he wanted to go abroad in his strategies, then that's when he created a lifestyle brand for everyone, even people who just don't want to make money online. Okay, and so that's how you scale, and that's how you start. And so another thing when it comes to when you make a lot of money is that you need to be your product or service needs to be productized. Okay, you don't want it to be you don't want it to be a double-edged sword every time you onboard someone. Yes, you're collecting money, but now you have to do a bunch of work for them. Okay, yes, in the beginning you do want to do unscalable things and provide more value to your clients, but as you grow and as you're onboarding a ton of clients every month, you need to productize your service. Okay, or else your business will break. Your fulfillment needs to be a conveyor belt where you plug and play the same things into every business while still getting your clients results. And so once you've scaled past 6 figures a month, you need a more scalable product. And here are some general ways to do that. Okay, any general repeatable information that you see that you're constantly telling your clients, that you're constantly repeating, you want to productize that and put that into content that they can watch. If you don't have a clear client roadmap, you need to productize that, and you need to have a templatized client roadmap, so the client knows exactly where they're at and what's ahead. And also the internal team, everything's templatized, and it's more simpler to fulfill on your team's behalf. And if you don't have a fulfillment team, I highly recommend you outsource yourself from fulfillment and get growth consultants. So someone who has the same knowledge or expertise on you, someone who's also qualified to consult your clients on whatever problem or whatever specific expertise you guys have, and get a systems integrator where they can implement any sort of system, any sort of automated systems, CRMs, anything, pertaining to what you sell. They can integrate that, build it once, and integrate it into your client's business. And also customer success, somebody who onboards and passes your client onto the, different segments of your fulfillment and onto the different team members. Okay, those are the three main core team members that you need to have in your fulfillment. And if you don't have a referral system, you're literally losing out on money. You need a system for referrals and testimonials. You need to have, social proof and case studies. You're literally just losing out money if you do not have that systemized in your business. Okay, and so you basically want create a flywheel where you're able to get client results, and based off of those client results, you extract data, and off that data, you can get more client results, because it's a never-ending feedback loop of you getting results and using those results to improve your product. And so it keeps getting better and better, so that way you're not burning your business and your reputation. Now I want to talk about an extremely important aspect of strategy that I think everyone should have implemented into their business, especially if they're creating content, which everyone should be doing, which is a community. Okay. So I want to walk through some of the biggest names in the online marketing space, online business space, who all have communities. Okay, for example, Iman, every time he does an event, he starts a community on WhatsApp to hype up the event and nurture the people in one place. Same with Serge Guattari, he has his Natural Born Leaders community on Discord, which he's getting qualified people who are paying him money to provide value in there. Jordan Platten has his school community where he's providing value. Luke Belmar providing value, and Andrew Tate also has his Telegram group where he's providing value. Okay, and simply to put it, having a community allows you to centralize all your leads in one place where you're constantly providing value to them. Think of a community like an email list, except you have much more control over everything. Especially if you're someone who has a following, let's say on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter. If you have a following on many different platforms, you need to centralize all your leads in one place, and it simplifies your business. You need to have all your leads in one place where you can communicate to them directly and nurture them directly in one place. Okay, and especially there's so much noise nowadays in the online space. If you're putting people in your community, it's a way for them to close their ears, stop listening to all the outside noise and just focus on your messaging. You can make call to actions in your community. And also another thing I want to talk about is in your community, you can market, hype up, and run workshops or webinars. Okay, at the end of the day, it's called one-to-many selling. And what is one-to-many selling? People either call it a workshop or a webinar. It's basically where you hop on a call with 100, 200, 300 people, you provide value to them, and then you pitch them something at the end. Okay, this is extremely high leverage, and the biggest names, once again, Iman does a lot of them. He makes a lot of money from them. Same with Serge Guattari, he's been doing them for years. He provides a lot of value on them, and Hermosi has done it for his book launch. Okay, why are all the biggest names doing this? And why is it so effective? Well, as the market loses its trust and becomes more sophisticated, sales cycles become longer and more unpredictable. And having a consistent conversion event, that's all webinar is, that's all, this is, it's a conversion event. Okay, and so having a consistent conversion event is a powerful mechanism to offset the current market conditions. The reason why webinars are so effective is because of leverage. Most agency owners hop on an hour-long sales call with a prospect, which is one-to-one selling. When you're hopping on a one-on-one sales call with someone, they hop on an hour-long sales call with a prospect to get a shot at closing a deal. With webinars, you hop in a Zoom with 100 to 300 people, maybe more, maybe less, depending on how much you hype it up and what your following is. They hop in a Zoom with 100 to 300 people, spend 1 to 2, maybe more time, spend 1 to 2 hours minimum providing free value, and then 20 to 30 minutes pitching your offer. And just by doing this, you're able to get 100x the output from spending a few more hours on a call with your audience. This is the power of one-to-many selling. So when you're on a sales call one-on-one with a prospect, that's one-on-one selling. When you're doing a webinar like this with 100, 200, 300 people, that's one-to-many selling. And you're basically able to sell your offer to hundreds of people at once, by only putting in an hour or two more of work. Okay, and so this isn't an event that you can only hold once. You can repeat it as many times as you'd like. People often host weekly or monthly workshops, which is a good way to add a predictable conversion event to your business. So like I mentioned, due to the trust recession, the market is losing its trust, and people don't trust anyone anymore. And so due to that, sales cycles are becoming longer, and getting clients is more unpredictable than ever. And so implementing a webinar like this, a conversion event like this, is a good predictable way to have a predictable way of acquiring clients in your business at once. And so these are all the biggest insights and strategies that I derived from the biggest influencers, the biggest online gurus in the online marketing niche, in the online marketing space. And so once again, first first link in the description. Join my free school community to get access into how to sell AI infrastructures and take advantage of the massive trend. I'll see you on the inside.